Hello.
Dang. It was an Angeling, I remember that one. It's ridiculous. It was up against a very good Alter Ego side as well. It was an Alter Ego that was still kind of like win streaking in Season 7.
Well,
that's, everyone's wondering, how does Mirko remember? But he does. But Evo's is mastermind right here, Avil. Number 2, blue side win rate at 60%, so you can expect a lot of those cryo heroes. I feel like Evos with Avil like to really pressure and force their opposition to kind of react to them. Well, the King's mastermind here, Cascute, number 1 on the blue side, number 1 on the red side as well. They've been doing really good this season, but after the last loss they experienced, I think Cascute definitely recognizes that there are some problems in the team that needs to be fixed. The question is, has he done enough here to guarantee the result almost, or are we still going to see the same kind of weaknesses that we've already highlighted now, possibly being available for Evos to use? The keys to victory here for Evos by the Samsung Galaxy S25 series is don't be too overhyped and lose to RRQ again, because they've seen great moments where they snowball in the early game, and then in the late game sometimes they just go a bit too ham to try and secure the win for themselves. Gotta get some more patience in their game plan and focus on strong fundamentals and creative drafting. Again, they don't really have to overthink it. Just go with what makes sense. Have the flexibility that they have with their hero pools and make sure they adjust accordingly. For RRQ, be ready to face Evos' Crass lineup again. This is the lineup that people say is the strongest in theory, on paper. And don't be afraid to explore Toys' heroes beyond the Ranger and the Harith. This guy has shown great potential in the laning phase. Now in this matchup again, with Erlang as an opposition, get something maybe extra spicy, extra flexible, and get that good laning phase for Toy to really start a snowball going on, perhaps even solo.
Okay, that's what we're looking at for both of the teams. As we look at the first pick selected here, and it will be for RRQ. So RRQ will be on the blue side this time around. With this being the fact, do you think we're going to be seeing heroes like Fanny maybe forced open, or do you think it's going to be banned?
That's a good question. I think for... well, it's going to be second pick for Evos. I believe they will let go of the Fanny. There's still a slight chance that Sutsujin plays the Fanny again. It's not like his Fanny is horrible. It's just like when he's up against the top tier teams, mainly Onyx on the Philippines with King Kong on Fanny, Onyx ID with Kyrie on Fanny, they're the ones who always have to ban it out. But against Evos, they might try to play it. But will they be willing to let it go? That's the other question as well. Do they feel like they can get ahead of that Fanny, shut it down using drafts?
Hello, mic check. Volume ठीक है?
Seen, man, it's just a lot more explosive, a lot more dangerous in the early game.
Yeah, we're looking at heroes like the Lucas even become a probability to be picked up for the jungle, especially reflecting on our previous match. We saw, what, 3-4 junglers being banned out in the first phase. So heroes like the Lucas might actually pop up, and it's a signature for Albert as well. Let's just get straight into the drafting phase for game number 1, presented to you by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy S25 series. And looks like Fanny will not be left open by RRQ. Cascute has banned it out.
आया भी देख रही आप तो आलू बन गया मैं बहुत पहले से आलू बहुत पहले से आलू हूँ मैं
I believe Dewa first phase ban that low Yi. So we'll see if RRQ want to explore that potential as well, if they are a team that indeed wants to use that macro heavy style.
And we've seen Rins do so well on the Luo, right? That's not a hero I think the White Tigers would actually want to leave open.
Guys, जब मैं लेफ्ट साइड देख रहा हूँ ना, उसका मतलब है कि मैं चैट पे देख रहा हूँ, ठीक है? क्योंकि मेरा जो चैट है मेरे फोन पे है, जो कि इधर है लेफ्ट साइड पे नीचे, और जो सामने मैं जो देख रहा हूँ ये मैं गेम देख रहा हूँ.
Looking at it again, Kalea comes up too. Edolf has been able to utilize it really well. And I think RRQ will prioritize Kalea over the Hayabusa as a first pick. So technically Evos can be the ones to snatch the Hayabusa.
अभी खेलने का मन नहीं कर रहा, but
well, if they want to, they can trade.
They
can trade for the Harith potentially. We've seen the Harith be so prio in today's matches, and it's still a very good pick. We talked about how RRQ might want to explore different options for Toy. But again, against the Herod, it's always a bit of a skill matchup. Evos actually respect the potential immediately. So now RRQ, they have the window open to go for the Kalia, the Hayabusa. Got a Kimi!
Wow.
What? Kimi, first pick? What? This means Evos can go for the Haya, and they can go for the Kalia.
Hello Dia, welcome to the stream.
Not just that, but also the Louis.
Dia, आपका कोड मेरे पास
Louis has
मिल
been
गया,
super
मैं कर दूंगा.
groundbreaking for both of these teams, I believe. But
Restreaming,
in
yes.
turn,
नहीं
has also
मतलब
not been prioritized.
the thing is, I wanted to stream Onyx वाला match, but Onyx वाला match के लिए बहुत time है.
That might be
Permission
the idea.
क्या इसमें थोड़ा permission चाहिए होता है?
Compared to like an immediate Hayabusa. As predicted, wow, Evos go for the Kalia, but the Valentina very, very early on. Interesting.
मैंने तो पहले भी किया है दिया, इसका permission थोड़ा चाहिए होता है.
And they've already denied it away from RRQ.
Said hi, thing. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Showing their hand very, very early on though, but now RRQ. What's the response then? If they're predicting a Lucas Valentina here to come through for Evos, definitely something that can help sustain in the front line, because otherwise that Lucas is gonna spin out of control.
Man, that's a Hayabusa picked up. The signature pick for Sutsujin and the Hylos alongside the Suyo for Evos. We're seeing 3 Naruto characters today. What a treat!
Buffering na.
Wow. Can you imagine if RRQ go for the Veil and we have all 4? Okay, that would...
क्यों buffer हो रहा है इतना?
Okay, they gotta go Naruto first though. I don't think it fits anymore. There's a Valen on the other side, right? There's no way to go Naruto. Veil. I'm not too sure about that either, but they have the power couple.
अब ठीक चल रहा है.
Well,
The Suyo against Haya is pretty good, but whoa!
Oh!
Skylar in the building
With his fiancée.
his fiance.
Congratulations, Skylar and Diva.
happy for him for sure. We miss him in the Lanodon though.
Me too.
But you know, he's having a great time. And he's here to really witness his team, and looking at the cheer for your team segment right here. RRQ, a little bit of an advantage here, but Evo's not falling too far behind.
They're almost 2 times ahead.
अभी भी हो रहा है.
I mean, they're fighting back. It's still climbing up.
All right, Glue banned out, Jushin banned out in the second phase. We're looking at the next ban coming from Evos, and that answer will be the Phobius.
Right. Phobius taken away from RRQ. They're respectful of the fact that Dyren might go on it. It's a high impact hero onto Dyren. My main question immediately though is Evos, do they want to go and fight fire with fire, fight the early game aggression with their own aggression, or do they want to take a more reactive counter heavy style? Because we've seen some teams go and use that as a solution, because they know that RRQ are always looking for those big plays, big moments, right? So if you have something that can punish those attempts, that usually works out fine against Edok and Dyren.
सब ठीक
You
चल
want
रहा है.
to ban the
पता नहीं
Kata
क्यों.
Kacha away
रुको.
from Evos.
ये अगर मैं ये बंद कर दिया, मान लो ये बंद कर दिया, ठीक है, और मैंने क्या इस पे चलाया, हट, सेड हाय, क्या हुआ चंपा? हाउ आर यू चंपा? ये अब मैं इसको किया क्रोम. मेरा नेट का दिक्कत हो रहा है क्या?
I think
Moskov Claude is an option.
the Claude, Moskov, 2 blinks against the Eve, really good.
वाह भाई, मेरा नेट का दिक्कत हो रहा है गाइस. और एक्सी भाई क्या हाल? बढ़िया कूलर, तुम बताओ. मेरा डाउन मेरा ठीक तो है.
Yeah.
I wonder, is it just the confidence
Must
issue now,
maybe.
Evos? Does Erlan just not want to play Moskov anymore?
I mean, technically his Moskov in game number 1 wasn't like a bad Moskov.
ठीक ही लग रहा है मेरे को तो.
There you
It
go.
just was a passive Moskov. That's
YouTube नशा है क्या? YouTube को नशा हो रखा है क्या?
the signature Franco pick for Edoc.
Wow.
And we see the Wan pop in
Yeah.
as well.
Now the Aerithal ban makes sense. They were setting up for the 1-1 pickup.
Oh man. Bruno against the 1-1. Well, 1-1 has a bit more advantage there, no?
What?
The Bruno against the 1-1?
It's a skill matchup. Level 1, it's 1-1 with the Inspire, but Bruno can always just slide tackle away from weakness points.
Is disengage? Well, interesting. RRQ though, they're really gearing for this snowball-heavy style. I don't think this is a composition you want to take into the late game.
They gotta go Gatot at this point, right? It has to be Gatot.
I think that really works. Unless they want to get something that can just regen, can stay in the
अब
front
ठीक
like
चल रहा है क्या
Ogre or
guys?
something.
अब is it good now?
They just go
Edith!
again.
Yeah. I was wondering if the Edith will get picked up again. What do you guys think about the drafts?
I see the win cons here for sure for RRQ. But I think first neutral objective. Evos are looking to snowball early basically with this composition.
Yeah.
Said hi, hello anime box.
I feel like Evo was they have enough they have a balanced
Lag
composition,
हो रहा है भाई
but
बहुत.
I feel like this
मेरा
is not a
network
draft
ही
that
खराब
is
है.
made to counter the early game aggression here. But RRQ are really trying to push that level 4, level 5 advantage. The Evos are gonna really be forced to give up some lives here as sacrificial, as a sacrifice to really extend the game a bit longer. They're not really good at disengaging and getting out of trouble.
Match point, ladies and gentlemen. Shinobi's back at home watching between Evos and RRQ. Leg number 2, Classic Derby. Everything we've been hyping for may end here. RRQ are 1 game away. Will they be able to do it as we get into the land of dawn for game number 2?
Good take from
अरे
Maggie,
नहीं,
taking the
क्या
shot
बाद में
so that
रैंक भी
Albert
खेलूंगा
doesn't
ना.
get delayed. That level 1 for 1-1.
बाद में रैंक भी खेलूंगा
That's
bro.
Toy trying to abuse that level 1 potential as much as possible before it's out of
मेरा
the picture.
स्ट्रीम चल रहा है कि नहीं
And
मुझे
even on
कोई
the bottom
बताएगा.
side, Taiwan on the high loss,
Chat पे.
also trying to do the same thing. This really good all-in for both lanes. Everyone trying to strike back though. But there's going to be the regen still for Toy. That's a big factor as Edoc makes his way up there. This Franco though, again, no one can really deal, quote-unquote, with the Franco. Anyone that gets hooked right now from Evos, they can't really get out. They can't really escape or nullify that pick-off threat here. So looking at the emblems, Inspire for the Yi, common emblem for Erlan and the Bruno, so he's just trying to scale, trying to have an okay lane as much as possible. But for RRQ, as you can see there, it's all of the utility, all the movement speed, and battle prowess, like the tenacities, because they want to go for all these brawls as much as possible and really avoid taking this game into the late game. We'll see if they can execute it as cleanly